Yo, what's up, guys? This is D Brown with Trackheads. I'd like to welcome to another episode of Trackheads. So, today we are giving our Olympic predictions. We're going to start out with the 100. We're going to be doing this video by video. I'm going to be giving explanations as to why I think that my predictions are right, or who are the dark horses, or who's going to be the top three, or who's going to make the podium. I'm going to be giving all that and more in these predictions. So, the first prediction that I have for the docket for today is going to be the men's 100. So this is like the biggest prediction that everybody is looking forward to, that everyone's trying to see, like, okay, who's going to win, who's going to get second. You got Noah Lyles, you have Kishane Thompson, you have Kenny Bednarek, you have Fred Curley, Lasile Tabogo, Zarnell Hughes. You have all these different characters, everyone with different strengths and weaknesses. Who's going to end up taking the top? And to be honest, guys, this is really, really difficult. Really, really difficult, actually. I probably reworked this list so many different times. I'm trying to not, be too biased. To be frank, I am Jamaican, but I live in the United States. So a lot of people think I'm just on the American train. A lot of people think I'm just on the Jamaican train. I'm trying to look at all factors and everything that could really happen. So basically, this is what I got. All right, so first place I have coming in is Noah Lyles. The reason why I have Noah Lyles coming in first place is because so far this 100-meter year, he has had the most consistent race pattern out of everybody. Not only has he improved his start, he's improved his acceleration, he's improved his transition, and he's in better positions at his top end speed than he was last year. The last race that he ran was a 981 to PR at his last race in London. He ran that into a negative headwind, and on paper with 0%, it's supposed to be equate to like a 977. If you look at how he was doing last year, I know he had COVID last year when he won the world championship, like leading into his world championship progression, but he wasn't really running a lot of 9.8s like that. Remember, I think a lot of people forget, like, the winning time at USA's was almost damn near like a 10 flat. The USA's 100 wasn't really that strong last year, and he was able to walk away, probably run like a 9.9 or a 10 flat damn near, and then get that time down to a 983 in some pretty like harsh conditions in terms of like the heat and humidity that was Budapest. I was in Budapest last year. It was tough. So the fact that this year he already ran his 983, he recently ran 981. I think he's going to be in shape to go 9.7, and I think he's going to be able to do it with a more consistent race pattern and strategy than a lot of the other athletes in the field who even may be faster than him. I think, and also, he happens to do a lot better than rounds than most people. That's from him coming on the strength side. I think, like I said, he's the most consistent. And I think he has a certain level. A lot of people call him corny. A lot of people, say all these things about him. But in terms of being a racer, he has every aspect of racing that you want. He has great top end speed. Like I said, he fixed a lot of his acceleration and transition problems. It's not the best. He's not a Christian Coleman. He's not a Trayvon Bromell. But his transition is still pretty quality to put him in the best position to utilize his strength later on into the race, which can't be understated. Also, he rises to the occasion. Again, for someone who ran 9.9 on the magic of the Eugene University of Oregon field to go all the way to 9.83 to beat finishers Zarnell Hughes. Remember, Noah Lyles was not slated to win last year, but he was able to rise to the occasion and utilize that win. So I have him coming in first. For my second place, I have. This was a really hard, because it's really like a toss-up, but I'm gonna go with my gut instincts on this. I'm gonna go with Kenny Bednarek. The reason why I'm gonna go with Kenny Bednarek, because he's someone that I saw at the Eugene race, at the Eugene track, who was really, really consistent in his running. He seemed like someone who had really great control of his 40 to 60 and then 60 to 100 in terms of him maintaining his turnover, of him having a pretty consistent start, of him being healthy, of him being able to finish. He's setting up his race pattern really well. I think he could be a little bit better just in terms of his first 30. He still comes out with these very like small, it kind of reminds me of Noah Lyles, maybe like 2-3 years ago, or pre 2022. The way he gets out, he still has that cadence of a 200-meter runner, but I think he's able to make up for it for how strong he is, and him being able to be as tall and how strong as because he's taller than Noah Lyles. I believe he's like 6'2", 6'3", around that. So what he does in the later part of his races is that he's able to make up that that part. And I think the same as Noah Lyles, he comes with a unique strength that a lot of other athletes and 100-meter runners do not. Where he's able to run the rounds, he's able to, if someone makes a mistake, I believe he's going to capitalize on it. Excuse me, which is really, really important in a lot of these races. But yeah, that's my reason for having Kenny Bednarek. I think in his mind of chasing Noah Lyles is going to be a lot closer. I think he's going to be the reason why he's going to be the reason why he's going to push Noah Lyles to that 100-meter berth that he's looking for. Finally, I have Kishane Thompson. And everyone's asking, probably thinking, why you got him in third place? The reason why I have Kishane in third place is very simple. Sure, he put together a very quality series of 100-meter runs. He ran, the 9.8, 9.8, and then 9.7 again, which is really, really impressive. But I think the moment of the Olympic trials is going to get to him. And I don't mean that in like he can't handle the moment. But I think a lot of people have to understand he is unproven in this battleground so far. Is he talented? Yes. Is he powerful? Yes. Does he probably have a 9.6 in his legs? Based on the racing that I've been seeing, I have no doubt. But just like I said in the previous video about the 100-meter dash, there are certain things that have to be considered. We have yet to see this man run a full 100. And something about him, and it could be because he's coached by the same coach, one of my favorite athletes growing up watching beautiful 100s was the Asafa Powell. Asafa Powell had the probably most technical stride. This dude was like 6'2". I saw him in real life, just 6'2", 6'3", 6'1", 6'2", really chiseled, perfect technique, really powerful, nice Jamaican bounce. I mean, he was like the perfect sprinter in terms of what you want to see, a perfect blend of power yet efficiency from 60 to 100. And one thing about Asafa Powell is when he was pressed, bad things happen. When you were with him in the last 70, 80, 90 meters, and you were able to finish, there's not, again, there weren't many people that could beat Asafa in those last 30 meters, but there was a handful, Tyson Gay, the Usain Bolts, the Justin Gatlins, if they were able to maintain with him going through 80, 90, he was able to pull away. And I think that's the key factor for me. I think that it's going to be a tight race. If it is a race, assuming everyone makes it to the finals, everyone does what they're supposed to do, everyone's healthy, it's going to be a very tight race. And I think that those last 20 to 15 meters is going to say a lot. And I'm curious about how he's going to be able to hold up. Is Kishane going to be so far ahead that it's not going to be a factor? I don't think when you're dealing with this level of talent that it's going to happen. I think the only way that Kishane actually wins is if Noah Lyles has a very horrible start and he's not able to recover, or Kishane Thompson, all while Kishane Thompson takes it out very, very aggressive and just front runs that race and no one's able to chase him, right? I think two of those things have to happen. You say Noah Lyles has to have a very horrible start, horrible transition, while Kishane Thompson just has the best start, the best transition, and he's able to pull away from the field. Because this is the 100 and a lot of things can happen, I took the courtesy of having some dark horses. So my dark horses happen to be, of course, Fred Curley, while he's wearing his Nikes, of course. I think he has, the things that the fact that he even made the team is really impressive. This guy did not break 10 seconds the whole season until he needed to when he ran his 9.88. We have no idea what's going on in his background. We don't know if he was hurt, injured, etc. I think the fact that he's focusing just on the 100 is going to be is a unique is very interesting because he just has to focus on that. I think in order for Freddie Gurley to even crack the podium, he's going to have to fix his transition. There's something that I noticed with Fred Curley is that his start is great, especially for being 6'2", 6'3", 210, 20 pounds, however much he is. He has a really great start. Powerful steps, great. But when he's transitioning from like 20 to 30 and he does his little head flick, I hate that. I really, really hate that, because if as big as he is, even though it seems very subtle, it's just, a 5-10 pound head. It's like you're dealing in a race of inches, and I feel like, I'm not sure if no one has been able to tell him, or it's just a muscle memory or what, or maybe it doesn't affect his race to the extent that I think it does. I feel like he just needs to be a little bit more patient in his race to allow his body to hit that top end speed like it's supposed to. I feel like in his mind, he's focused so much on being powerful and all these things, where it's just like, dude, the best part of your race is your top end speed. If you can transition into that top end speed like you're supposed to, you have a 9-7 race. And he's someone that I feel like can crack into that top 3. He can very well take Kenny Bednarek out. He just has to show that consistency. And I feel like, a lot of people have been saying, people have to give him more credit. His racing last year wasn't the best. That just is what it is. It wasn't the best. 2022 was a hell of a year for him. He was able to go down in Oregon in the United States and kill it. He won. He became world champion. He has to bring that kind of mentality again, because he's one, just like Kishane, that was able to go 9-7 a couple times and able to go 9-8, 9-7, 9-7. That takes a lot of strength, and he has to put himself in a position to do that. Can he? I don't know. A lot of things have been inconsistent with him. He doesn't have the same coach. Training is a little bit different. I see him weight training now. He wasn't weight training before, at least to my knowledge. So, it's going to be very interesting to see how he is able to crack into that top 3, if he is able. Another athlete that I think a lot of people aren't talking about, who's also my last dark horse, is Lyles Tobogo. Lyles Tobogo just matched his personal best along with his national record of 988 in the same race that Noah Lyles was in. One thing that's very interesting about Lyles Tobogo is that his power. He's a light athlete, probably like 130, 140 if I were to take a guess, but his top end speed is ridiculous. It's up there with Noah Lyles, in my opinion. I think he kind of loses out on his acceleration, but his top end speed is pretty amazing, all things considered, even if he gets a proper start, a proper transition acceleration. So with all that being said, I think he's someone that can easily sneak in there if people are slipping, if people don't have a good start, and definitely someone to look out for in terms of being a dark horse. But yeah, man, that's my pick. Noah Lyles, Kenny Bednarek, Kishane, Thompson. If you have a different pick, let me know. If I'm tripping, let me know. I'm very interested to hear what your picks are, why you picked what you picked. But those are my reasonings. I think my reasonings is pretty justified. And the only way we're going to know is when we see the race and we see how these guys look in the semifinals. I think the semifinals is going to say a lot. So I'm looking forward to it. I want to thank you guys for watching. This is D Brown with Trackheads. Look out for more Olympic picks coming up soon. Peace.